It definitely took a week to really process everything. Yeah, it was a shock.
And I didn't even want to feel sympathy for him, but it made me feel sympathy for him because I just feel like the internet hate can be so much. But then at the same time, the other flip side of me is just like, well, he did it to himself.
Sorry, that's I've been holding that in for a while.
Oh.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of We Were Fighting Before This. Were we not? It is I, Disguised Toast, and I am finally back. So you're no longer left with Yvonne.
Are you kidding
How's
me?
everyone doing today?
I was doing better a second ago.
Yvonne, it's been a couple of weeks since we last saw each other. What have you been up to?
I played Dispatch for the first time. I've been collecting Pokemon cards. I've been playing pickleball. I went to Coachella 2 weekends in a row. I've been touching a lot of grass. Experiencing
Nobody
life.
cares about all of that, Yvonne. I'm sorry. Everyone's here for the Sykkuno drama.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that did happen. I forgot about that. I was like listing things. I was like, whoa.
And, you know, I'm Disguised Toast, so I never pass up an opportunity to capitalize off any drama. Doesn't matter who they are, even my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's money to be made. Sorry, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
And Chelsea set me up. She asked me if I wanted to talk about that stuff. It was her fault. I didn't want to talk about it. She forced me into it.
Hey, I saw the clip, okay? You know what? High five for we were fighting, but you were just like, I'm not going to talk about it much. But plug the podcast right there. And I was like, damn, you know what? That's crazy. But you're a real one for the podcast for that.
I'm a real one. Hey,
Yeah.
and I'm a man of my word. So if you guys want to get the real tea about what a horrible person Sykkuno is, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/we were fighting before this, where we drop all the tea. Actually, I think we have to disclaimer. I don't think we're dropping any tea.
We're not dropping anything
I don't know,
different,
man.
I feel. I don't
I'll
know.
leak this. I'll leak Discord DMs in the Patreon. How about that?
Dude, that's crazy.
Well, the people do want to know, Toast, because you did put into your stream and you made people wait 10 minutes after you played Pokemon to say that you're going to talk about it on the pod. So I think, let's talk about it. How, like,
do people still care? It's been 2 weeks in internet time. That's like
A long time.
yeah. There's new drama to talk about.
I still see the memes and the TikToks though. Everywhere. That's rampant.
TikToks are you getting? I'm not on the TikTok. I get sent TikToks.
Oh, I'm on like Reels and short and TikTok, so I see all of it, and some of them are pretty good. Honestly, a good couple of them made me laugh. But yeah, it's just a lot of people imitating him for the most part, or like early on it was kind of like news reporting, and then it became memes.
Are there TikTok dances?
There's no dances, but people are doing skits of lines and stuff. You could imagine which ones.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious from an outside perspective, Chelsea, because I would say me and Yvonne were kind of near the epicenter, and you're from Normie Town, and I don't know if this broke containment is what I like to call it. Breaking containment is like the Hassan dog stuff that breaks containment. I don't know if the Sykkuno stuff broke containment.
yeah, it definitely did. I don't think anyone cares like what I have to say, but it was just bizarre to watch and see, because I did watch that one. I watched a couple videos of it where it summarized it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, sorry, like to say this, but I was like, how bored can you get? I'm sorry. Like, if you have money and you're making, cool videos, you have a great career, you have great friends, you have a girlfriend, why do that, right? If you're not happy in your relationship, like just break up with the girl and do your thing. If you want to give money to people, do your thing. But like, why do that, right? Because in my head, it's like the guy has everything, and then you risked it all for what, right? Like, did you not like these people? Did you not like your friends? Did you not like your community? Like your girlfriend? Because it impacted so many people on so many different levels. So that's kind of my
How did you
thoughts.
hear about it?
It was everywhere.
Yeah, my friends also, like I have a lot of normie friends as well, and they were messaging me about it, like what is this? Like what's going on? So it broke out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think because of Among Us, maybe like Among Us was so popular to the main world as well, that like it makes sense.
Yeah. No, I agree. The Among Us. I see a lot of comments like, "Oh wow, I haven't kept up with these guys in 5 years," and it makes sense because most of them went up and got jobs, graduated, and are probably not watching streams as much. So when this news broke, I think a lot of people, it's like hearing about a actor from a TV show you used to watch 5 years ago when you were young.
I'm curious to know though, maybe we'll start with Toast. Like when you heard, were you shocked? Because like what was the initial thoughts, and then how did you guys how did you process?
Process. I think I definitely took a week to really process everything. Yeah, it was a shock. Was it a shock? Was it a shock? I think it was a shock is such a strong word, I guess. There's this link people keep linking me and bringing up about me talking about Sykkuno 5 years ago on a podcast where we're having a podcast, we're joking around, and then I take a second and say, "Drop the act, Sykkuno. I know what you are. You're gonna slip up one day, and people are gonna see you for what you are." He's like, "Drop the fucking act, bro. I know. I see through you." So, no, he's just really good at keeping it up. But one day, and everyone's linking that to me, and then people are doing, like, I'm seeing these young kids hold their little TikTok mics and go, "Oh my god, this guy's toast was moving." they were like, "Toast be moving like blank," which is what TikTok commenters do now. They like, "He be moving like," and then it's a picture of me as L from Death Note.
Yeah, they did animations. So
like, you got me. And it's really funny. And people made that comparison like 5 years ago when just playing Among Us. I was surprised that there was so many girls. I was surprised that there was, unfaithfulness happening. And over time, as more girls said stuff about him, I surprised that on one hand was just like, how do you have time for anything, right? It's like, I know you stream 10 hours a day. So what are you doing with your other 6 hours? Yeah, I would say surprised. I think for Sykkuno, I think I know him relatively well and can relate to him on some levels. So I just thought everyone knew that uwu shy anime boys didn't exist in the real world. I thought we were all in on this kind of persona he was putting forth. So for me, it wasn't super shocking. It wasn't like finding out Mr. Rogers was like a drug smoking, drinking guy. It was just like, oh, I mean, he's not actually a uwu shy anime boy. And I felt like early on, I made it like that clip that's going around. It's kind of like me acknowledging the fact, like, guys, we know he's not a shy anime boy, right? He's a 30-year-old man. This is like a persona thing.
Well, yes and no, but I felt like he did do that even around us. Like, he had the time where I felt like he wasn't who he made himself out to be in the public was when he talked about money or like other things here and there, but he would still say stuff like, "Oh, I don't you think I talk to girls," and like all this stuff.
Yeah, maybe this is like a guy versus girl view. Because I saw these comments online where it's like, oh, I think for a lot of guys, they say, oh, I was able to clock Sykkuno because I'm a guy, and the people that he was fooling are essentially girls. Or maybe it's more of a guys don't really buy that another man can be a shy ooh boy, and he's doing it to get close to the girls. There's this joke running around. It's like, oh, when you're a boy pretending to be gay to get invited to the girls' sleepover. So I think a lot of guys just maybe didn't buy Sykkuno's act, or just think like I did. It's like we're all in. I thought we were all in on the joke. But to be fair, in the past, where any one of us would push back against that persona publicly, his fans would get really upset at us, like, quote unquote, bullying him. And I lost count amount of times I had to yell at his fans or be yelled at by his fans because I was treating him like an adult.
Like, a lot of people are comparing, it's kind of like the Ned Fulmer thing, where to an audience, he's like Ned Fulmer was the I love my wife guy. And then Syke is like I don't get, like, girls don't like me, ooh type of stuff. So like when this all came out, it's kind of like that much more shattering to a lot of people because of, what was shown on the internet.
Yeah. I thought we were all in on the joke. I thought he's obviously saying that as a joke. And I thought...
Maybe. I think he played the single card too hard, though, even with his friends. Like, that is... Even though I also never believed it, really, but I'm like... Yeah.
Yvonne, what about you?
My thoughts on Syke are very... I really liked him when he first initially started playing Among Us, and we were all in the house together during COVID, and it was like the first time we lived together, and I thought he was really nice, he was really sweet. And then I personally just felt like he changed a lot very quickly. I lived with him afterwards in like the roomie's house, or 2.5 houses ish, and I just felt like the more I got to know him, the less I connected and liked him personally. I felt like he changed a lot, and I didn't like how he was inconsiderate when playing games or with people. I would say there was one turning point that really changed my opinion of him, and it leaned a lot more towards the negative side. And it was the stuff that Blau mentioned about the merch, where the thing was, OTV was also working on that merch with the Clean Boys. And then when Syke did that comparison thing on stream, I was really upset because I felt like you're doing a malicious thing towards one person, but you are also dragging in everyone into it. Like, OTV was also working really hard on that merch. The artists worked really hard on that merch. It just felt really bad for everybody. And I just thought, I don't agree with you right now and all these things that you're doing. And so since then, I've like distanced myself more. And yeah, so when the stuff came out, I wasn't shocked that he wasn't that great of a person. I was shocked that, and people are really upset about calling him a predator. And I'm not saying he's like a predator, but I think what he did was predatory to the younger girls, to the girls with less following than him, the smaller VTubers, or anyone that he messaged. I highly do not agree with that. And to me, like, him not telling me that he had a girlfriend, he didn't even owe me that. I didn't expect that he didn't have to tell me that he had a girlfriend. I wasn't upset that it's like, oh, you never told us. I think it's more the deception part of it, though, where you're acting fully like you're single, and we wouldn't say anything because we thought you were, so that you can just do this stuff, and everyone would think it's maybe you're talking to a girl, and in a normal case that would be fine because you're single. So yeah, but it was tough because when it all came out, the internet is really harsh and relentless, and I didn't even want to feel sympathy for him, but it made me feel sympathy for him because I just feel like the internet hate can be so much, and I do worry. I feel sympathy in the part of, like, when he goes out in public, it's going to be a really tough feeling to just wonder if people know you and people are observing you or noticing you. But then the same time, the other flip side of me is just like, well, he did it to himself. And so it's like very back and forth sometimes.
Yeah.
Life kind of feels like a puzzle sometimes.
Of course, your life is a puzzle, Yvonne. When is it not?
Exactly, but it really shouldn't be that hard. And you know what's been helping out lately? ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love.
We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 150,000 providers across all 50 states.
And whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or one of the 200 plus specialties on ZocDoc, you can search by specialty or even by symptom.
Which is super helpful because I never know what kind of doctor I'm supposed to go to.
Same. And you can choose if you want to see them in person or do a video visit. And you can also read thousands of verified patient reviews so you can actually know what you're walking into before you book.
So you're not just guessing and hoping for the best.
Exactly. And when you're ready, you can see their real-time availability and book instantly. No calling, no waiting.
Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/fighting to find and instantly book a doctor you love today.
That's ZocDoc.com/fighting. ZocDoc.com/fighting.
Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message. I often feel confused in these situations because I would say I've seen quite a few, and Yvonne has alongside with me every step of the way. Mm-hmm. What I call public execution, like social media execution. I've seen a lot of friends go through it at some point, like Fed, our old manager, Chris, and like between Albert and between then and now Sykkuno, there's probably like 4 people in between. And it's people who did something bad, just objectively bad. And it comes out because we're public figures. So there's this right for the information to come out. And for me, it doesn't make it easier. Like in my head, like seeing them in some way get their just desserts, but also seeing like, because you see what they go through. Like you have to observe it. You can't just look away. Okay, execute him, execute her. All right, I'm gonna go on with my life. Like you see, this person's life goes from what they know to just absolutely a brand new environment, brand new life, brand new social circle, brand new career, and it's hard to always see it, and it doesn't get easier. So whenever stuff like this happens, I'm always very confused about what I should feel. Because yeah, a lot of people will say like, oh, I never knew Syke. I didn't know him. And I think that's true. I genuinely do not think Sykkuno is, oh, hang on, you change my camera. Anyway, I was saying, it's not easy to know like what is the right thing to feel.
I will say his apology made me feel less sorry for him. I thought the apology was not that great. It was really sad. He didn't seem like he cared about his community, and I felt like him leaving a very open statement of like, I'm getting accusations that are false. I think you just know what you're doing when you leave it open-ended like that. And then also, yeah, the girlfriend yeah,
Yeah. I think in these situations, it just goes to such extremes, right? Like the stuff comes out and then the internet goes from like 0 to 100. Like he just becomes this predator, and people are calling him pedophile. And then now, and it swings the other way because people are like, "Oh, that's not being a pedophile. It's like he actually did nothing wrong." And it swings so hard back and forth, and it really just feels like it's not about what the girls he misled, the girlfriends suffered or has been put through. It's just like, okay, what's the right label here? And then people are whipping out the dictionary. Like the guy who dropped the YouTube expose deleted his video. made a new video, and he pulls up Webster's dictionary of what a predator is. And I think to myself, is this like what we're gonna focus on? What the definition of predator is? Or is it just
well, it's like just what he did was predatory. It was just that's whether you want to call him a predator or not, don't give a shit. But you just know how you feel and what's right or wrong when you hear that someone's done a certain thing, right? Like as a 34-year-old or a 35-year-old me, I am not gonna go fucking and like try to be romantic or date someone who's 17. Like there's clearly gonna be a power imbalance. There's clearly also like you're a famous streamer. There's so many imbalances. You are just stacking power and wins above this other person. And to me, that's just never right. I don't give a shit if you're called a predator or not, but what you did was predatory.
Yeah, he was very wrong for that. And he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, that's the tough part. And like for me, I think it matters a lot also like what someone does afterwards or how someone is afterwards. And to me, like seeing that apology and then seeing him still talk to these girls that he did have relations with when he's trying to like make things well with his girlfriend right now, I just don't agree with all of it. And yeah,
I think he needs to get off the internet and stop talking to people. And I know it's hard for him.
Yeah,
because you're going through this such a public thing. All you can do, you're just glued to your phone. What are people saying about me? What are people saying about me? And it's easier said than done, but I think the best thing he could do is just get off the internet, take some time, work on yourself, work things through with your girlfriend if you both want it.
Mm-hmm.
And then think about like streaming one day far, far down the road. Yeah.
Do you guys feel like this could have been handled privately?
No,
No. For me,
it's tough.
I'm not glad or anything, but I think this was something that needed to come out, should have came out, because I think he was going to keep doing it. And a lot of people might say, well, what happens between two consenting adults is their business. But at the end of the day, if Sykkuno wasn't being honest about his relationship status with these women and is leveraging his platform to have relationships with these women, I think it's important that people know that he was in a relationship and the kind of person he is. I think about this as like, let's say my mom got arrested for murdering someone. How would I feel? Probably really conflicted. Because like, oh, mom, you shouldn't have killed someone. But she's still my mom. Sykkuno is not my mom. She's not even close to my mom. So it's like a very small version of that. But yeah, I was a little messed up the first few days. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'll interject really quick. It's interesting to me because on this podcast, we talk so much about hypotheticals. We talk all the time hypotheticals, like what if you cheat? What if your friend cheats? What if your, best friend cheats? What would you do? So it's just unfortunate that it came into light like this, but I hope you guys are doing okay. And obviously like unfortunate again to see it. It's so close to home.
If anything, I honestly was a little, because we've been through other, like this has happened before in other ways, I honestly felt a bit more prepared or jaded. I don't know. There's many things. I just didn't feel as shocked or it was as earth-shattering as other news before was. I also found out when I was in bed Friday, just woke up about to go to Coachella. And all the news breaks out. We're like in our Airbnb, just oh my gosh. Yeah.
God, like I've had a couple of weeks to think about the situation. I think everyone moved on, honestly. Like I don't really see anyone talk about it anymore. And talking about stuff like this is always hard because what they do is they clip a very short piece of what you say,
Yeah.
cut all the context out, and then put a sensationalized title on it.
I know. I literally had this happen where I was just talking about cheating in general, how it's like not an end all be all of a friendship sometimes to me. And then they clipped that and was like, she's talking about Sykkuno here. And I'm like, no, no. And
What are you
people
talking
like,
about?
W friends, blah, blah. I was just talking about in general. Like in general, if somebody messes up, like how someone acts afterwards matters a lot. Like, are you genuinely sorry or apologetic? Are you trying to make changes, you know? But obviously I was not talking about Psych in that situation, but they clipped it. You know,
Who are you talking about?
Just everyone in general. I've had like so many, myself included, me, people in my life, you know, friends of friends.
I think there was a turning point in Sykkuno's attitude that Yvonne talks about, where like initially he was great and he was fine playing as a support character and stuff. I think he was down to be not the main character early on, right? Because when it comes to content creation, streaming, everyone kind of takes turn being the main characters. That's how it works. And early Sykkuno was happy to be a supporting character and figure out how he can contribute to the vibes of a stream. The turning point, I think, was GTA RP, where it felt like he got surrounded by a lot of viewers that were just like, yeah, Sykkuno, whatever you say is correct. You're the guy. And then GTA RP, there's a lot of small streamers that will always just follow what the big streamers say. It's like, yeah, you're the guy. And then I noticed the shift heavily in that, like during that era of his and then after. And I think that's where we stopped playing games, because it wasn't that I need him to be like my sidekick, but it got to a point where every game we played, like he's off doing his thing or making things kind of revolve around him, and that was harder to game with. Yvonne, I'm not sure if you felt this.
I felt it 1000%. That's what I mean by when I felt like he just got progressively more, I felt like inconsiderate. It was because we would play games like, say, League or Valorant. Mainly League, I felt this because I played with him the most, but he would just keep inting, and it's fine if you int, but it's like, you're not caring about the rest of us. It's like you're doing it on purpose. You know, it was actually purposeful. He'd be like, what if I just like press this and I go in, and then it's like, but you do it over and over and over again. And it might be fun for you, or it might be fun for the bit that you're doing for your stream. But what about everyone else who's in the game? It's like that's just a small example, but it was just across the board where I just felt like anytime I played with him, it just was more him focused on what he wanted to do for a stream or himself, and like just was not fun to be around.
That's the line Yvonne draws, inting her League of Legends games. Oh no, you've gone too far. 100%. Like what ticks me off is his viewers, his community would just egg him on. And I've seen this happen where like someone in this game would complain, or like even a viewer's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't throw the entire game for everyone else. And then they would just like dogpile this guy who dare spoke up. Like how dare you talk about our Shy King like that? He's just trying to have fun. And like sometimes Sykkuno would just like fixate on that comment. And it's one thing, like I think streamers get tilted at comments all the time. I think that's completely normal. But his community would just like back him up, jump, and just verbally beat the shit out of this guy for even voicing a thought, like a thought against the masses.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're surprised, like, oh god, I can't believe Sykkuno turned out to be this like main character, egocentric individual. Well, like you definitely contributed when you like said he can do no wrong, when you infantize him, when you baby him as a 30-year-old man, and then turns out that he and this is not to put the blame up of what happened on his viewers or anything. He's only responsible for his own action. But man, I had to deal with years of Sykkuno fans
His own
getting
personal
getting on my shit because I treated him like
an adult.
an adult.
I felt really bad for his community when the stuff first came out. I remember like there's this one viewer that I know is like in our communities, and she was always like, "I'm a sprout," and she was so sweet, and she gave the like stuff to give to us at events, TFT, all these things, and I just like my heart just breaks for people who had this like really happy part of their life that they really embraced and loved, and have it just end up like this.
I think I know who you're talking about. She was really nice. She came to
Yeah.
TFT Paris event and gave
So
us
sweet.
stuff, gave me stuff to bring to the podcast. I ended
Yeah.
up giving her my like TFT jacket.
Oh, that's so nice.
Because she brought her parents, and she's like so proud. And her parents are so proud and supportive of her.
Yeah.
Like, you're 100% right. When I think about that, I get sad.
Yeah, that's
Because
when I got sad.
There's so many like Sykkuno viewers that just wanted a comfy space, and Sykkuno, he did provide that for them, and I hope that they can find like solidarity in that even without Sykkuno, like, you guys still built a great community that's comfy for girls, where they felt safe, and I hope that they can still like have that community with each other, because there are a lot of people that genuinely believed in him, and I think it's really sad that they lost that in him. But yeah. But to the Sykkuno fans that were toxic, fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. I swear to God, I am so cheesed, and what happens horrible, but I hope you guys take a fucking look in the mirror and realize that Uwu boys and being toxic on behalf of a guy that is just a streamer and bullying other people just because they voice their opinion, just because they're like, "Hey, Sykkuno, maybe you shouldn't pull your knife out in this Valorant tournament with 40 other creators so you can farm one clip." All right, that's I've been holding that in for a while, because that's the thing that upsets me.
I was just feeling hella emotional, tears in my eye. He's like, "Fuck you guys!" God pulled me right out of it. Oh, it's just sad. But that's what I mean. Like, it was just the games. I just feel like, God, it's like, it was just not fun playing games with you after a while. And that's sad.
Do you guys feel like every time a public execution happens, you guys grow as a community, as individuals?
Oh, definitely. I think we handled, like, we were growing up and experiencing all these things for the first time. When it first happened with like Albie and then Fed, like every time I think people have tried to take what they learned from the previous thing. Because initially I remember some people would just tweet their thoughts out right away. Maybe it was just like, I'm on the internet. And then after the second time, it's like, okay, let's take some time to like think about this and really think about how we feel. And then you learn how to deal with it in your own ways, and also as a group. But I think we just try our best to handle it how we know at the time best too.
Yeah, I would say I grew the most from the first two, because I've spent the first 5 years of my career alone without friends, and thinking back, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty great not being part of like a social collective.
Hello.
And then you're part of this collective, and it's nice. You're playing games with your friends, and it's like, oh shit. Well, one of your friends cheated on another one of your friend, and now it's all public, and some of your friends are tweeting about it, and one of your friends is super sad. The other one is getting like packing their shit to leave because they can't be here anymore. And how do you handle it? And I don't know. I played Hearthstone for the first 5 years of my life, and and that's all the experience I have. Now I gotta navigate this situation, and I don't know how. Like, should I be navigating this situation?
Also, I hate when they compare the situations when they're just like, why didn't you have the same energy for this, then this, then this? It's like, you guys don't know everything.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Like, every situation is different. And yeah, you can't keep the same energy. Like, this isn't like law. What we go through in these like social media environments, there's no law involved, right? There's no rules that we have to play by. It's like, okay, I talked to you about this to this person, so I'm going to do the same. It's there's no process. People just handle it the way they handle it. Different friend groups do it differently. So expecting unbiased approach is impossible. Like, if Scar runs over a guy, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have his back. I'm gonna say, like, did that guy look both ways? Are we sure it's Scar's fault? That's what I would be saying. But if it's like someone 10 times removed from our friend group that I will occasionally like see at a party, like, I don't know who's it. Like, I need an example. Who's an example? Who would be a good example? I feel bad whoever I name is like, oh, so you're not close with this guy? Like Ryan Higa. I mean, I would love Ryan Higa to be innocent because he's just the goat of YouTube culture. But I'm probably not defending Ryan Higa as hard as I would defend Skara. And I don't think people are going to be surprised about that. And I think that's just human relationships.
Yeah.
And a lot of people bring up, it's like, oh, well, you guys were upset when this person did something bad to this person. Well, that's because I'm closer with that person. That's how it works. If I'm on the internet and there's like drama from a reality TV show, like Cassidy cheated on Jane on Love Island, I don't give a shit. I'm not close to them. But if Jane was my best friend, it's like, yeah, I'll give a shit. That's how human relationships work. Why are you coming to me and expecting me to be the law? Oh, you're not treating them equally. Well, no fucking shit, I'm not treating them equally. They're two different people.
Yeah, and also how someone handles something after they've done something bad also makes a huge difference. You know, like, it's not even just how close you are, but also if someone feels sorry, if they are going to make changes, you know, all these things matter into like how you decide how you feel about this person in the end. You know what I mean? And sometimes people are still, and there's opportunity for change. Like, you can, maybe you're just in right now, you just can't be friends with them. You need some space, and that's okay. Maybe like years down the line, you talk to them again. Like, yes, back then I was very upset with Albert, and then now me and Albert can go to lunch and we can talk and it's fine. Like, people change, and they're just like, there's no definitive thing to it.
Yeah.
Unless you stay a shitty person.
I think people need time to change.
Yeah.
I think, like, if someone went through a public execution and it came back 2 weeks later, I'm changed. I'm like, hell no, you did not change.
2 weeks.
You did not change, man.
Yeah.
But if it's 1 year, like minimum 1 year, I think you can see change if they were working on it. Mm-hmm. But just as likely, it might be 1 year from now, and you're like, wait, you're the same fucking person. You didn't learn anything.
Yeah, and sometimes it's tough if you distance already from them, and then you just wouldn't know.
Yeah. So it'll take a while. How do we get on this train of thought?
Just like how we've been through so many.
Oh yeah. No, we've been through a lot.
Like, goddamn.
Like, yeah, there's big ones who are really close to the group, and there are small ones where it's kind of like someone who's not super close to the group. Mm-hmm. I think you learned to stop caring. At least that's how I felt. Like, at the beginning, I cared so much. Like, the first couple times, I'm like crying.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
It's just so sad. Like, people think I'm the mean guy of the friend group. I think I'm the softest when stuff like this happen. I'm just like, maybe there's a chance, man. Give him another chance.
Yeah, I remember it was like that with Fed. Toast was just like, I feel like I'm taking this guy to his execution. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was
There's
that was
a
tough.
lot of guilt that I carry every single time, every single person. Because it's like, damn, was there anything that could have gone differently? And there probably was, but you can't see the future. You don't know what to do in situations you've never been in.
Mm-hmm.
But I always think to myself, like, damn, I wish things could have gone differently. I understand that they didn't and why everything's happening and the reasons why it's happening. But on just like a human level, I'm sad that it's happening. And
Yeah.
people will think it's like sympathy for the criminal. But for me, it's just like, it's a sad thing to watch your friend go through, like someone you've lived with, someone you've been friends with, played games with. It's just
Yeah.
hard to watch for me.
I mean, I had a similar feeling as much as like for say me for Fed, like it wasn't like we had good moments when we were friends too. So it was really tough seeing that. And I think for a period of time, even afterwards, I was like trying to make sure he was okay because I was also worried in other ways and stuff. And yeah.
Well, I hope you guys are doing okay. And definitely, like, this is not something that any friend group goes through. You guys are such a unique group of, friends who are on the internet, and that's why it's tough for the outsider, even for me to watch you guys go through this. Because like I was like waking up at 4 a.m. in like terror because like I think it's the first time I've ever gone through something from an outside view, but still close, right? Because I know you guys and work with you guys, and it was so like terrifying to see the videos and to see the clips and then to see everything come together. Like I was literally waking up in terror every night for like a week because I was like, well, you guys are talking about, in my opinion, like my friends, but also like, my like, the co-hosts of the show. So it sucks. It really did. I was like, Sykkuno, why? Like I literally said to Antoine like all the time, I was like, Sykkuno, why? Like, why'd you have to do this? But yes, otherwise, I think you guys said everything, put everything really well. Thank you for sharing with us. But maybe we can move on to a little bit more positives towards the end of the episode. We asked you guys to give us your stories from dating to work to personal life. You guys want maybe advice from us? We're going to give you guys advice from us. So you guys submitted a bunch of situations, and I'm just going to read you guys some of the ones that kind of stood out, and you guys can answer them and maybe give your viewers some advice. So I'm going to start with the first one, which I actually thought was very funny. How do I get my coworker that never stops talking at me to shut the hell up but not get fired?
So this is a coworker that won't shut up.
Yeah. How do I get a coworker that never stops talking to me to shut the hell up but not get fired?
I would just, well, what I normally do is just start giving one-word responses and let them tire themselves out. And normally people pick up on that.
That works too. Yeah.
I read this to a friend and they're like, oh, so like you to Scara?
No, but Scar responds.
No. I was like, yeah, maybe he does want to shut up. Okay. Next one. Someone wrote in, my GF of 3 years broke up with me unexpectedly and out of the blue. We're in college and she never gave specific reasons for why she wanted to break up. Then she changed her mind right after the initial call, but a week later, she texted me that she did actually want to go her own way. Then, not even 2 months later, my friend called me and told me he asked my ex out and that she said yes. For context, we were pretty close in high school and I was the one who told him that we broke up. Then he asked her out 2 weeks later. That happened back in October, so I'm doing a lot better now, but I'm still feeling pretty betrayed by both parties. Any advice on how to move on in a healthy way?
Just space. It's gonna be tough. I feel like in that situation, you just have to space yourself. Give yourself a lot of space from them, meet new friends, and then start. I think when you make new connections with people who you really like, and then you become really, really good friends with those people from the past, you become less and less and feel less and less important. And it's still something that really sucks, but at least you have other people in your life that are better or wouldn't do that to you?
Yeah, I think the best thing to forget about an old connection is to make a new one. I can definitely understand the feeling of like, oh, it all happened so soon, like 2 weeks after. And that would definitely hurt anyone. So I think those feelings are really valid. But yeah, I mean, the answer is generic and it's cliche, but it's because it works, which is like, you just gotta make a new connection with someone when you're ready. Don't go. I mean, or like if that's your thing, go hook up with someone on Tinder. Maybe that works for you. But the best thing is always like work on yourself, get yourself to a place where you're ready for the next connection. And it doesn't make it easier, but day by day, month by month, it will get a little bit easier.
Very nice. Okay. I'm a male, 25 years old, and have been single since I was born. I lost interest in asking anyone out because of my past experience. Ghosted once, missed signals, and bro didn't know the bro code situations. I also gave all in once, and I'm interested in someone, but everything has been rejection so far. So I lost interest, gave up dating, and have been focusing on my body and my career. Sad face. Recently, I went back into the dating game, but I feel like I don't know how to speak anymore. My career as a PhD student limits my social circle a lot. My coworkers have been asking me to go to clubs and bars, but I don't drink and smoke. My daily life has been work, gym, and home and repeat, which also doesn't help. I have been living my life very introverted, but if I have a break the norms, I'm ready for it. Could you guys give me advice on how to navigate this situation? I guess he's asking for like advice on like probably to be a bit more social and to get out there because his lifestyle is a bit more of the constraint.
I mean,
he loves the pod.
Huh?
He said he loves the pod, especially Yvonne.
Wow.
All right, then you can get advice from Yvonne then.
Yeah, but honestly, you're gonna need Toast's take on this as well because he's the introverted guy. This is coming from the extroverted person. But even then, I think if you are worried about your like how to socialize and everything and getting back in the dating game, I mean, I'm terrible at taking my own advice that I'm gonna give to you, but you just have to go on a lot of dates so you practice. It's not even necessarily that you are gonna date this person, but it's more like practicing conversation and almost like setting yourself up for the highest chance of success when you do meet somebody that you really like and want to have a good shot with. So I think probably maybe like dating apps or being out in the wild and asking people. But I think maybe dating apps works best for someone who's more introverted, and then you could set up dates that way and just go and have a more relaxed approach towards it, hopefully. But that is very tough because you have to go out and socialize. So as an introverted person, I could see how that's like, takes a lot. So maybe you can ask Toast, who's like, is introverted, what he would do. Hasn't dated someone for however many years.
Well, I became a famous streamer. So that
God damn it.
Like this is like genuine, you gotta like
yeah, no, I mean, I it's hard for me to give him advice because it's like, I remember feeling similarly at the young age of 25 and thinking to myself, oh, I don't really know how to connect with people. Like young adults, I think, go through this a lot. And if you want to know how I fixed it, unfortunately, it's through the experience of like, well, I'm a famous streamer, so my approach to things is obviously going to be different. Like working on yourself is important. Like going to the gym. At the end of the day, as a man, becoming attractive is way easier because most men don't put in much effort. So if you're a guy who puts in 20% effort, you're going to stand out. So like going to the gym's obviously one of them. Good hygiene, good clothes.
Hair.
That's going to take you far.
Yeah.
Because if you're considered conventionally attractive or even dress well, like maybe you're not tall, even if you just dress well, I think girls will take notice. If you want to make it easier for yourself, attractive people have an easier life. So try and be as attractive as you can. that will give you opportunities. But now you have to work on the social stuff, and that just takes experience. Like Yvonne mentioned, like if you're able to go on dates from dating apps, definitely do it. My recommendation for people on dating apps, not that I'm an expert, is skip the small talk at the beginning. I think a lot of inexperienced guys think, okay, I need to text this girl for a week straight to build a rapport so that when we meet in person, my odds are maxed out. That's how I would think. But just literally match, exchange pleasantries. Hey, are you free X and Y?
Agreed.
And if she's free that, go meet up for a quick coffee. Because you'll just save a week of texting. You'll save her time. You'll save yourself time. And you get actual practice talking to a human being.
Yes.
You haven't talked to someone and you mess up the first one. There you go. You learned. Don't do it again. You're never going to see this girl. It's okay if you mess it up with her. And if she is someone that you probably could have had a long life with, she probably would have been understanding. But dating apps are a numbers game. You got to treat it like a numbers game. Go out for coffee, have a chat. Works out, great. Doesn't work out, move on. Mm-hmm. Don't do the whole, hey, I'm gonna be her friend. I'm gonna like slowly build up. You're on dating apps for a reason. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know how you would socialize. Coworkers, students, fellow students. That's how people meet because that's the only place people hang out. I hear run clubs are all the rage right now.
Yeah, I could join clubs and stuff. I just think if it's at the point where you're like, I really want this change in my life, then you have to do something different, like effort-wise or action-wise.
That's very nice. Okay, 2 more short ones and then we'll wrap it. Okay, what do I do if I'm in love with my best friend?
I'll tell you what not to do.
Okay,
Don't confess to her and say, oh, there's this girl I have a crush on. I think you know her. Don't do that.
It is such a personal situation. It's like, do you like your best friend more as a best friend than you like her or him, at this moment? Because like some people really do go about the friendship route. They're like, okay, I don't want to mess this up. But it's so hard once you already like them. Like once you like them and you go, it's already there.
This is every girl's worst nightmare with their guy best friend. Oh shit, maybe she'll go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make a decision. Either you tell her or you don't. Maybe like I don't know. This is a slowly fall in love over years and years type beat, but
just gauge your chances because I think that you can still confess and you can still be friends after if you aren't pushy about it and you play it cool. Like you're just like, okay, do you like me? No? Okay, fine. Like that's totally fine. We can still be friends instead of being pushy about it. Or you get like the whole, what if they feel the same way?
Yeah. You got a song in your heart, you gotta sing it.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go the opposite side where someone wrote in, a close online friend of mine confessed his feelings to me, but I don't feel the same way. Now it's awkward. What do I do? So, other side.
You just gotta stop hanging out if it's awkward, and slowly. I don't know. This is like typical internet issues. Like,
all right, let me tell you because I've gone through this. Okay, someone confessed to you that they like you, but you don't like them. Then you have a conversation with them, like, okay. Would it help if we just stopped hanging out as much, etc. All this, or you do just stop hanging out because they need space from you. But you can always reconnect. That's the thing. It's okay to take a little bit of space so that they maybe can have their feelings dampened a bit, and then you can be friends again, or you have a conversation. Sometimes like it's awkward to talk about it, but facing it head on could solve the awkwardness.
Yeah, sometimes that relationship is just doomed. I think that's fine.
That too. That could be the third result,
Doomed. A lot of times it's doomed. Girls have this thing where they don't like it when a guy is being friendly to them because they want to date you. Like it really like if you want to date, you want to date. But I think often guys think to get a girl, they have to go through the friendship route, and maybe it's like I said, a slow fall in love thing. But I'm sure Yvonne, maybe you have experience with this, but they don't like it when it's like, oh, did you want to be my friend or did you just want to date me?
It really depends if you really were trying to be that sneaky about it. Then it comes off when you find out it's like, oh, that was slimy, or I don't like that. But if I had at least a feeling that you genuinely like me as like a person and we could be friends, and then you did like me, that's totally fine. But if I ever felt like you had intentions from the beginning and you were just hiding it and then like you pounced at an opportunity, then that would turn me off from even being friends.
Yeah. So my advice is, hey, if you don't like the guy, you don't have to. And if the friendship gets awkward, then don't hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're a guy who's in that position, you gotta make yourself into a guy that she is actually interested in, or just find a different girl. It sounds really simple. When we're in love, or when we have a crush on a person, we always think that's the person, that's the one. I need them. I need this person to like me. But there are 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah, and maybe if you really think about it, you can think about what they do that gives you the ick. If you want to stop liking them.
Make them the problem.
Yeah, focus on their
Yvonne strategy.
What do you mean? Hello?
When you can't get something, convince yourself it's something you didn't want in the first place.
God, the way that he freaking ran over that.
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, what an ick.
Okay, really last one. Best way to slide into Yvonne's DMs.
Why is this a question?
Unfortunately, let's see. If I was to manipulate my way into Yvonne's life,
are you kidding me right now? Are you serious?
You can't hit her with the DMs. I think that automatically puts you in a pool of like undateables, unless you are. I think being generically attractive always helps. With Yvonne, you gotta look your best. You gotta know how to talk to a girl, and you gotta be funny. And how I would do is I would be at a LA club in Koreatown on a Friday.
Are you kidding? Right now? Are you
11 p.m.? Your odds are pretty good.
Are you serious?
Your odds are pretty good.
I haven't gone out in like a month. Because Coachella, but
And that is where you have the best chance. And you can approach her. I think Yvonne's open to being approached, but you gotta like be on your A game. Can't be rude. If you're gonna make a funny, don't be like, it's not a put down funny. She doesn't like put down funny at the start. Put down funny maybe later, but at the beginning, it's like a genuine nice thing.
Yes.
I think a lot of guys open with put down funny.
Yeah.
But girls don't respond to that, especially in a club environment where there's a small bit of hostility just at the club already, and you don't want to encourage that.
Spot on, Yvonne? Yes?
Spot on. All right, guys, that's the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for watching this episode of We Were Fighting Before This. And then what else?
If you guys want to see more of Yvonne Toast answering your guys' questions, head to our Patreon.
Oh, that's true. We are adding a tier where we're going to answer questions and stuff more just exactly like these ones. Toast, you got nothing to say, not even a bye.
No, I'm just letting you handle it.
What do you mean letting me handle it? You're here. You gonna say bye? Say bye.
A meet cute moment for the guy.
What? Why are you like I think a classic just, hi, I think you're cute. If you're like single, here's my number.